Hi Gemini, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of January. Incredibly so, but it is. And we have dealt with the epic of Capricorn, and what a difficult journey it's been for all of us. And for you, that story of restructuring and death and rebirth has occurred in your 8th house of death and rebirth, the Scorpio house. So it was a real psychological journey for you. Saturn was touring there from December 20th of 2017 until December 17th of 2020. Jupiter entered that house on December 2nd of 2019 and was there until December 19th. And Pluto has been there since 2008. So this was a big deal, and the eclipses were there as well, bringing up a lot of shadow issues, a lot of loss, a lot of rebirth and transformation, but heavy cycle. And now Saturn and Jupiter are touring in your 9th house of publicity and promotion and teaching and higher learning and hope and optimism. It's really exciting. I think for you it's going to be really exciting, and it's a fellow air sign, so it's very compatible with your sign. And Aquarius is all about connection and humanitarianism and enlightenment and community and connection. So this is fantastic. We really need this right now. And on the 1st of January, Mercury is still transiting the sign of Capricorn in your 8th house of transformation. And it forms a helpful sextile to Neptune, which is transiting in your house of career. And this is a really imaginative aspect. It's good for meditating and reflecting on what you want to manifest in 2021. Hopefully it's helpful around healing the wounds and helpful around healing your finances and joint resources. On the 4th of January, Mercury meets up with Pluto. That can be good energy for purging and releasing things and thoughts that are not serving you. Can be a bit challenging. People can be a bit, tough with that energy or sarcastic. But it's also really good for doing research. So delving into something you need to figure out and to learn more about, excellent for finding out information. On the 6th of January, Mars exits the sign of Aries, and it's been transiting in your house of friends and groups since June 27th of 2019. It's been a big focus for you. A lot of friends from many different avenues of your life have reappeared, and there might have been friction with some friends in your life. And now Mars is transiting in your house of the subconscious mind and imagination and healing and meditation. And it'll be there until March 5th. And that's helpful for doing some healing work and manifesting. We need to really manifest as we ascend into the age of Aquarius to help, to upgrade all of our spirits and energy in this process. And on the 8th of January, Mercury exits the sign of Capricorn and enters the sign of Aquarius, and it's going to be there until March 15th. It's going to actually get as far as 26 degrees of Aquarius, and it's going to retrograde on the 30th of the month. So we have a chance to see what the prelude and the preview of Saturn in Aquarius is. And for you, it's going to be all about learning and teaching and promoting yourself. So really figuring out if you want to go back to school. Many of you will be. If you're teaching, if you're getting published, if you're writing, these are big themes in your life, and lots of connections, lots of manifesting work. And Venus enters the sign of Capricorn and transits in your 8th house of joint resources and healing until February 2nd. And hopefully it's helpful for healing both of those areas of your life. And on January 12th, we have Venus forming a square to Chiron, the wounded healer. And there could be some painful issues that come up for you, maybe old memories or blocked, blocked issues that come up, or issues with friends perhaps. And Mercury squares Uranus in the sky that day as well. And that can be exciting, and that can be excellent for brainstorming, but it's also very unpredictable energy, and it can make people anxious. And On the 13th of January, we have a new moon that takes place at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 23 degrees and 17 minutes of Capricorn. And this answers back directly to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that occurred on January 12th of last year. And this will bring up more stories of what we've been working with since the beginning of 2020. And a new moon is always a good time for setting intentions and initiating new things, but that's going to be a difficult new moon because of it setting off that conjunction. But also, Mars in Taurus is squaring Saturn in Aquarius that day. So Mars is transiting in your second house of income, and Saturn is transiting in your house of belief systems, and that could be difficult difficult financially. It could be feeling blocked, and also difficult for just getting things done for all of us, really. But just recognizing that this is a tense new moon, not the easiest. And then on the 14th of January, the Sun meets up with Pluto, and that could indicate endings that day. And Uranus stations direct at 6 degrees of the fixed Earth sign of Taurus in your house of income and how you earn money. And we feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And that's also really unpredictable energy. Expect the unexpected. It's very chaotic energy. So that's going on. And then we have on January 17th, Jupiter squares Uranus in the sky, and that can be unexpected opportunities financially or for learning, but it also could aggrandize this whole story of chaos that we feel in the middle of the month. On January 19th, the Sun enters the sign of Aquarius, transiting there in your house of manifesting and learning and promotion until February 19th, and really, building up this whole Aquarian theme for all of us. And on January 20th, Mars meets up with Uranus in Taurus, and that can be energy that triggers people. People can lose their temper easily. For you, it's in your house of value and income. Don't be impulsive, because it could bring impulsive action. On the 23rd of January, we have Venus in Capricorn forming a beautiful sextile to Neptune in Pisces, and that could bring helpful financial cycles for you. It could bring professional opportunities. That's excellent. And Mars squares Jupiter in the sky that day, and that could bring, that could expand the good fortune too and action in the sky. On the 26th of January, the Sun in Aquarius forms a square to Uranus and Taurus. More unpredictable energy, a lot of Uranian energy in the month of January as we begin this age of Aquarius, and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So we're really, with Mercury retrograding in Aquarius and Uranus stationing direct, we're really feeling this. So on the 26th, we get that too, that Uranian energy. On the 28th of January, we have a full moon that occurs at 9 degrees and 6 minutes of Leo. It takes place at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in your third house of communication, and you might and writing and marketing and sales. Maybe you've been working on something and it comes to fruition, a project, a writing project. Maybe you get some news of something. It's also a very intense, that's an intense full moon because Venus meets up with Pluto that day. Catherine and Heathcliff energy, very passionate and stormy, but it can be also really, difficult energy, and it can be challenging around relationships and finances. On the 30th of January, Mercury officially stations retrograde at 26 degrees of Aquarius and will station direct on March 15th. So we've got a lot to work with in the beginning of the year. It's a busy month. We had a crazy year last year, very busy end of the year, very busy beginning of the year, and that makes sense because we've got a lot to deal with, and we've got to come together, and that's what we're going to do in the age of Aquarius. Won't be easy in a polarized world, but we'll do it. I have no doubt. Take care.